strong am I with the Force.
Good morning. At least it is where I am right now. Welcome back to the Gravel Road, my channel all about cycling. So this is day 3 of the intermittent fasting week. It's about 8:30 in the morning, so got up about half an hour ago, and I've got to go and run a few errands before I go to work. Weight this morning was 11 stone 6 1/4, so that's a drop of about 1 3/4 pounds from yesterday, and over the last couple of days or since Sunday night, the drop has been 3 3/4 pounds. That again is reasonably extreme for me, because I wasn't carrying a heap of extra weight, just maybe 4 or 5 pounds extra weight from what I'd normally be at, and I think primarily that's still to do with the body resetting itself and a lot of maybe water retention and that kind of things, but definitely can notice that things have toned up a bit, and I expect that drop in weight to tail off as the week goes, but it'll probably still continue at some sort of rate. When I did this before, I was up at about 13.5 stone, and the weight loss was pretty rapid over the first few weeks and a couple of months with the intermittent fasting. And even then and now, the important thing is at no point am I starving or hungry at all. Even I'm never like, oh, I'm really hungry, I need something to eat, or I feel empty. I've got plenty of energy. I've been out on a reasonably hard bike ride one of the nights, and I had a bit of extra fuel for that. I've commuted to work on the bike, which is pretty straightforward, but it's still exercise. But at no point have I felt like I was struggling or needed the energy. I had plenty of energy, and I could have went a lot harder if I'd wanted to. And I think partly that's just because I've been doing it for so long. My body's quite well adapted to working on its own energy sources, and I also know obviously what I need to take in order to go about my day or even to do exercise. So these are just things that come over time. Don't worry too much about them. Get into the fasting and then worry about that stuff a bit later on. If you do want to really dial in your weight or improve what you're eating, wait until you've got the intermittent fasting nailed and then focus on that, and that'll just be a bit of an extra gain for you. And then later on, once you're used to it, you can also start doing things like fasted bike rides or fasted exercise, and I'll do videos on those in the future. But for now, just all you need to worry about is the fasting. Get into that magic 16:8. I'd better run and get down to the post office to send my parcel that I have. Now it's early in the morning, and this is typically the time of day when a lot of the old ladies will be out down at the post office, and they can be pretty tough. You don't want to be getting in their way when they're picking up their pension. So I'm packing my Force and my lightsaber, so if they give me any trouble, I'll hopefully be able to defend myself and get out of there unscarred. I'll maybe see you later if I survive. Made it out of the post office unscathed. I think maybe caught a window where they were all off having a cup of tea or coffee or cake or scone or something. So yeah, managed to avoid the old ladies. Came out unscathed, nipped in to get some supplies, some salmon, some smoked salmon. Love it with smoked salmon. Was in Aldi, standing in the queue. Old gentleman in front of me with a trolley full of stuff, and he looks around and he's like, "Is that all you've got?" And I was like, "Aye." He's like, "On you go." So he lets me go in front and lets me on my way. What a guy. Super friendly, proper local guy. I was like, just before I left, I was like, "Thank you again." He's like, "Nay bother." Brilliant. It's those things that make your day. Wee bit of kindness. It's all it takes to brighten up your day. Right, better nip home, get on the bike, get to work. Let's go. Better scoot off to work. Catch you in a bit. Time Time for coffee number 2. It's 1:15. It's been a hectic morning. Bit chilly coming in on the bike, but it was quite kind of refreshing actually. Maybe about 4 degrees, not much wind, blue skies as you can see. So nice. But yeah, busy morning, so it's flown by. I almost forgot about having a second coffee, and that's another thing that can help make the fasting a bit easier as well, is keeping yourself busy. If you're sitting about, you know, just full of your own thoughts, you're naturally going to think about, ooh, I want to eat. Whereas if you're at work, you know, busy, chances are you're going to rattle through it no problem. And that's probably another reason why it's worth starting maybe even start on a Monday when you're going to be at work, or a Tuesday, so you've got that 4 or 5 days of work to keep you busy. Or if you're busy at the weekend, you know, start whenever, but just make sure you're not sitting about thinking about when am I gonna get my food. Keep busy, keep sipping your drinks, have a coffee when you remember to, or if you need it, and you'll soon be at that point where you can reward yourself with your food to break your fast. And that's what it is as well. It's a bit of a reward. You've put all that hard effort in for fasting, and you can sit down and have something nice to eat and be really satisfied with yourself that you've done your 16 hours or whatever it might be you're at that given time. So remember, keep yourself busy, keep sipping the water, makes it a lot easier. Home time again on Wednesday, 5:30, and yeah, well, I broke my fast about 2:30 today. I was gonna break it at 2, but was just busy and stuff, and didn't notice that it was 2 o'clock gone. So broke my fast at 2:30 with a bowl of porridge, and apart from that, I've just had a energy bar thing for the bike, which is, I don't know, 20 grams, 30 grams of carbs. Energy bar on the bike, and just fluids, no calorie fluids, pretty much what I have all the time. So jump on the bike, head home, get dinner, supper, evening meal, whatever you call it from wherever you are. So I imagine that'll be around about 6:30, something like that. So pretty much the same as every other day. Something to break my fast, a bowl of porridge or whatever it might be. I've had some salmon as well, which I haven't actually eaten, but I might just eat that before I leave just now. And maybe have a wee snack in the afternoon or something before I jump on the bike, just to fuel me up for cycling home. Evening meal, and then yeah, something before 10 o'clock or whenever it is I'm going to start fasting again. I have my snack, and then get to bed and have a nice sleep and repeat the whole process. It's really easy. Don't even have to think about it really. In fact, I've had to think about, I've got to break my fast because I haven't eaten yet. So yeah, once you get into this mode of doing it, it'll just become second nature, and yeah, pretty straightforward. Right, better go get home and get my evening meal. Salmon and veg for tea. It was tasty. It's 6:30 on Wednesday. That's my evening meal done and dusted. What I just showed you there, the salmon and roast vegetables, roast potatoes, really nice. But plan to go out for a bit of a bike ride, maybe a couple of hours, so getting carved up a bit, having some of my favourite Jaffa cakes, cup of tea, had a little mini mince pie, and I'll obviously take a bunch of stuff with me in my backpack, bars and gels and that kind of stuff should I need them, and I'll have carbs in my bottles on the bike for a proper bike ride. Would always have carbs on that. So hopefully if I get out in a decent time, do a couple hour bike ride at least, get back, maybe try and hit that 10 o'clock target again. But if it's a bit later, doesn't really matter, because I'll just push it forward on the next day and try and hit that 16 hours. So far every day managed it, just tweaked it around a little bit, pushed it out a little bit today to 2:30, so actually it was about 16 and a half hours fast period, so that's fine. Quite often go up to about 20, so 16's a nice manageable time scale. because you obviously want to try and get something to eat in the afternoon ideally, and if I'm riding home on the bike, I don't really want to be riding home too soon after eating, after being fasted. So you just got to plan all these things around. So 16 is usually quite a good little number, because normally by the time you stop eating, go to sleep, wake up, go to work, you're probably looking at having something to eat at work, which is kind of ideal. You're not pushing it all the way through to like leaving and going home and try to cram in a bunch of food in a few hours. But if I had the time available and I just felt like it, I would potentially push that out to 20 hours if I had to. But this week is all about trying to hit that 16.8 plus minus. On the fast, it'll always be plus, so it'll be at least 16 hours. But yeah, trying to hit that little 16.8 window just to illustrate that, how it works around daily life, work, and even going out for a bike ride, hitting it a bit hard, maybe enjoy the weather, hit the trails on the gravel bike. So, better get these munched and get ready and get out on the bike. Some weird platform in the middle of a wood. I wonder if this is where the sacrifices are done, maybe. I think I better get out of here before I become one of them. Ooh. Bike. Windy Miller. Ah. How cool. Let's see if I can get a better light on it. There we go. Full beam. 10:20 on Wednesday. I did have my 10 o'clock feed, if you like. That was when I planned to start my fast again, but I just fancied some almond butter on some rice cakes, so thought I'd have a couple of them. So that'll be my fast starting at 10:20 instead of 10. But it's fine, I'll sort that out tomorrow by going to maybe 2:30, 3 o'clock. Went out for a bike ride, almost 2 hours, reasonable bit of effort, nothing overly crazy, but very hilly, off-road on the gravel bike, exploring some new trails, so it was cool. And so definitely think I've earned my extra little bedtime snack. That's day 3 done. We'll see you for day 4.